Welcome to Something in the Wild. On this episode, I'm heading to the wilderness of the Appalachian Mountains to cook food, chase trout, and relax. Come along for the ride.
Don't leave me behind here. I've just arrived. I've been waiting for someone to take me away.
Man, what a cool spot. I'm out here on this nice little stretch of river and we're heading that way. That's where we're camping, up valley. This is a really nice surprise that there's a trail here. I was fully expecting to be bushwhacking this whole way back here. I was planning on doing some fishing, but holy cow, the river is low, like way lower than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be ripping pretty good, and I was gonna have to cross at some point. I was planning on just, going straight through with my boots and my pants on, but looks like I might just be able to step across. Like, look how much rock is exposed right here, and that the water that's flowing over there, I can't imagine it's any more than like a few inches deep. I'm not seeing any fish right now, but I think I'm gonna mark this spot and come back here whenever I get camp set up, because this looks like a really nice spot to catch a couple fish. And if you can't tell, I brought my fly rod just in case I did run into such a scenario.
Just a game we play. I've been losing myself in every single
It's getting a little bit more narrow now. This is a little bit more what I was expecting.
I've played all my cards.
It looks kind of like coal. It feels really cool. Oh, no. I think that might be coal, actually. There's a bunch of deadfall up here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start heading towards the water and try and find a spot to camp for the night. It's pretty flat. I brought my hammock, so it doesn't have to be completely flat, but I still want to find a nice spot that I can make a fire too. There's another nice little pool right over there, right by that rock. What a beautiful spot. It's so secluded back here. No one's back here. No one was in the parking lot. I didn't see any boot prints on the way back here. It's just an awesome spot. I'm gonna try and cross right here. Try not to get my feet too wet, because there's a nice looking open patch right over here, right by the river, that is calling my name. This is the pool I'm talking about. I bet you we could pull out a trout or two from there. And then that is where I'm gonna be camping, right over there. Whoa! I fear I might have gotten a little bit too greedy. Now the good thing is these boots are waterproof, but they ain't that tall. So just keep my ankle above the water is proving to be a challenge. Oh, one last little section. Can I do it? Oh, there we go. Home free. That was a little bit more difficult than I would have liked, but it's all right, we made it. And now we have an awesome spot here. Oh, this is exciting. Bunch of deer tracks right here. They're definitely coming down to get water right here, for sure. I think this is a great spot for a fire. Absolutely great spot. There's sand, there's a bunch of wood. I can make a little fire ring with the rocks. This is gonna be perfect. And these two trees is where I'm gonna hang my hammock from. Now you guys are gonna laugh at me for this, but I don't skimp out when it comes to pillows, okay? I, for whatever reason, could sleep just on this ground right here as long as I have a nice comfortable pillow. Well, I brought my whole entire full-size pillow from my house with pillowcase included. So it's gonna be nice and comfy tonight. And to add on to that comfort, I brought my sleeping mat. Now you guys might be wondering why on earth for a couple day trip I would pack so much stuff. Well, the plan for this trip was to figure out my elk hunting setup for this year. Whether I was gonna go with the tent like I did last year, or if I'm gonna go with this hammock. I'm still up in the air, that's why I'm doing this test right now. Just so I know for certain I'm bringing exactly what I need. I'm gonna keep it pretty deflated because I don't wanna smush it whenever I'm in there. So I'm gonna lay this in there. Hopefully it kind of curves around and it forms with the hammock. And it'll be real comfortable, hopefully. All right, now I think it's a good time to try and get a fire started. I'm keeping my eye on the water just in case I see some trout rising. I'll pull my rod out and see if I can catch a couple. Jackpot. It's nice when you're moving around because the flies can't keep up with you. Right as soon as you stop and hang out for a little bit, they're just swarming you. So hopefully when I get this fire going, it'll clear out the bugs a little bit. Whenever you're starting a fire on wet ground, you want to get like a nice flat, dry stone that you can light it on first, because this water around is going to evaporate while you're trying to light it, and it just makes it that much more difficult. Jumbled up fishing line. So someone has been fishing here. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to lay down wet pieces of wood, and I'm going to lay my my dry pieces on top, so that my dry pieces are off the moist ground. And you know, it doesn't really matter too much about those wet pieces. I'm not going to burn them anyway. So I just want to make sure the name of the game is just keeping the wood dry, honestly. It's nice whenever you're by the stream because there's usually always like driftwood, and majority of the time, if it hasn't rained in the last couple of days, that driftwood's going to be somewhat dry. Definitely hot out here, but and this fire really is not helping, but I need some coals to cook my dinner, so it's really my only option is to get this thing roaring a little bit and get a nice bed of coals so I can cook over it. I should have enough wood for that. I mean, I honestly didn't even cut up all the stuff that I had, but I think this should be all right. and I should be able to cook my dinner over this. Just got to give it some time. Give it some time to dry out. While that is burning, I'm gonna go rig up my fly rod, and I'm gonna see if I can take a couple casts and maybe hook into a fish or two. And just so I don't have to worry about dry boots or dry socks on the way back, I'm gonna put on my sandals. I could go barefoot, but it might hurt a little bit on the rocks. So this is the easiest option. That's why I brought them too. That's the hole right there. Looks like it's holding trout. I can see a fish sitting right there. I'm gonna back up a little bit and let her drift. I don't know how much you guys saw that, but I just caught a little baby creek chill, little tiny thing. That's definitely not what we're after, but I would rather catch fish than not catch fish, so that's good. That was cool. I got a couple looks. It took it. There's probably like a 12-inch trout or so in there. I'm not sure what kind, but it took it, and you know, stupid me, I am using a barbless hook, and it just kind of came right out, like not really too much of a fight, but you know, it's fun. It's fun to see it. Now I gotta head back to the campsite though and start cooking dinner because it's getting dark here soon. As you can see, we got a nice bed of coals kind of working in right here. And this is perfect for cooking over. You want a nice even flame throughout, and that's exactly what this gives you. For dinner, you guessed it, elk meat. I got an elk roast here that I just took out of the freezer this morning. It's nice and thawed, nice and fresh. The nice thing about using freezer paper is that you got a perfect working surface. Gonna take this no dose. Just kidding, I got seasoning in here. You can hear it sizzling. That means it's working. While those are cooking, I am going to filter some water because I didn't bring any water with me. I just kind of chugged a bunch whenever I got in the car because I had my water filtration stuff, so I didn't really have to worry about packing it in too much. And just because I don't know exactly how much I trust that, I got these water treatment tablets as well. So basically what you do is you put this stuff, part A, in first, and then you put part B in, and you mix it up for like a couple minutes, and it's clean to drink. Although this does look pretty clean, I will say. Now you just let that sit for 5 minutes. You gotta let it react. Then just mix it up. It gets a little like bit of like a yellow hue to it. Give that about 5 minutes. That's tasty. I'll tell you what, the meat is absolutely crazy good. The squash, I mean, it's squash, you know, not too bad, but it could definitely use like a little bit more flavor. I mean, you can't really season it just on the outside because you're not really getting much of the outside. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's cooked squash, you know. Can't ask for too much more than that over the campfire. I mean, just all in all though, super easy meal to cook. Like super easy. You bring tin foil, you bring meat, and you bring a little bit of seasoning, some butter, and it tastes amazing. I mean, like, I would eat this every day, you know? I basically do eat it every day. So, it's good though, good. There's definitely plenty of sand to go around. Just because it's on my fingers, it inherently gets on the meat, but, you know, a little bit of grittiness never hurt anyone. Helps the immune system. All right, guys, I had a pretty long day today, so I think I'm gonna put the fire out, lay down, relax, listen to an audiobook, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get up. It's so comfortable, it's so relaxing, but it was not like that the whole night. It kind of sucked. Do I dare try this? Boom, boom, boom. Skinny rock, and then across. I think I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh yeah. Ain't nothing but a thing. Alright guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more like this, be sure to check out the YouTube channel. I post like this every Thursday. Also, I'll post a podcast every Tuesday talking about my trips and stuff. So that's on the YouTube channel as well, and Spotify. Be sure to check it out. Thank you guys so much, and make sure to keep it wild.